all my friends that I'm on the phone with here before I hang up is shit, fuck, fire, and I hang up. As you can tell, this ain't voodoo. Voodoo is on fire. We're gonna get into that here in a second. Okay, so yeah, today is a little bit different day than when I filmed the intro yesterday, because yesterday was hectic. We've been hauling green veneer lately, and what we do with that green veneer is we normally pick up in Florine, Louisiana, and run it down to Oakdale, Louisiana, and then pick up in Oakdale at the same place we deliver. Son of a gun, that sun is bright. And then we go to Lena, Louisiana to deliver that, some dry veneer. And the green veneer, all that is just the veneer that needs to be run through the dryers. But, so we're just going to go ahead and get into this. I'm not in voodoo, because she is down for the count right now. And there's a couple reasons why. So, about a week ago, I'm running, doing my local stuff, like what I'm doing now. And I'm rolling down I-49 southbound about the 126 mile marker just south of Natchitoches, Louisiana. Trucking along, and here comes a deer. I think y'all can put together what happens next. So I'm going to put that clip right here. Son of a bitch! So yeah, I did that. And I need a haircut, something fierce. So, we hit a deer. Again. Y'all go ahead and laugh at it. Because it's kind of what I'm known for now, is the deer man. So, ended up doing quite a bit of damage. It knocked my fender completely off of the hood, which, where I hit it at, I was 2 hours from home. So I had to put the fender back on the hood with zip ties because I didn't have any nuts and bolts that were the right size to run through the holes in the fender to the hood. So got that, and then I had to creep down the shoulder because if the wheel was not perfectly straight, it was rubbing on my steer tire was rubbing on the fender, not the fender, the bumper. So I had to mosey down the interstate at like 20 miles an hour for about 5 miles to find a road sign that was sturdy enough to tie a chain to, and then hook to the bumper and then back up on it just a little bit to get it off my steer tires. So pretty much to get me 2 hours back home, my truck was held together with fucking zip ties. And once I got home, I went and I spent $8.37 at Lowe's on nuts, bolts, flat washers, and lock washers. And all that was for was to mount the fender back to the hood. And then I had a spare signal light, which in the pictures I'm throwing up here, y'all can see in the final picture that the signal light is still zip tied to the headlight housing. Which that was fixed. I was just running off of no sleep for like 30-something hours. And I was just too exhausted to think about taking another picture after I replaced the signal light because I had a spare one in the truck from whenever I bought it. So threw that on there, had to do some wiring to fix that signal light. get it mounted back up on the headlight housing, on the bucket that bolts to the hood, and we was ready to rock and roll again. And now we're going to get to the part of why I am not riding in Voodoo. Stressful, but at the same time, I'm praising God because it could have been a lot worse than what it was, and I'm still here to tell the story. So, Monday, this past Monday, I take off from the house, I go to Oakdale, and I pick up a load. Then I go down the road, which I'm about to be passing it here shortly. I go to Lena to unload. Whenever I get to Lena to unload, I notice my trailer is messed up. Something's up with the curtains. So I call my shop foreman and I tell him about it. And he says, all right, go to the yard, drop that trailer, and pick up this trailer. I said, okay. I start the truck, and I start moseying on down the road to 30 minutes to the yard. And then I call the safety guy who lives in a camper on the yard. And I ask him to unlock the gate for me because I'm coming to pick up another trailer because the one I have is messed up. He said, all right, I can do that for you. So I hang up with him and I get on a group call with some friends of mine, you know, like I do every night, just talking and shooting the shit. About this time, it's probably 10 o'clock at night. Pull up to the yard, pull in the driveway, get to the gate, pop the brakes. I get out and I start walking, get out and start walking towards the front of the truck. And I see a flickering orange glow coming from underneath my truck, and it's reflecting off the gravel. And all my friends that I'm on the phone with here before I hang up is shit, fuck, fire, and I hang up. Voodoo is on fire. So I abruptly call the safety man and I tell him to bring a fire extinguisher, and he says, so what's the matter? You don't have one? I said, I have two of them. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I'm on fire. Can you just bring one? Yeah, I'm coming. So I go get a fire extinguisher out the underbunk storage on the passenger side, throw the hood open, and the fire originated right here by the starter, which is like right by my driver's side steer tire. So I empty this little itty bitty 2-pound fire extinguisher at it, which doesn't do a damn thing. And then I can't open this door from whenever I got hit because I still haven't had the time to go to the body shop to even get an estimate so I can get the money from the guy that hit me. Well, from the company. So I have to come in the truck while Voodoo is on fire, mind you, throw the bunk open, which the struts that hold the bunk up don't work because it came down on top of me while I'm trying to get my damn fire extinguisher out, which that hurt like a sumbitch. Get that fire extinguisher out. By this time, the safety man shows up. And I throw this fire extinguisher at it. It doesn't do nothing. And then after I empty the second fire extinguisher at it, I hear it arc. I was like, shit, that's electrical. I don't have any tools. But I do have a multi-tool, which is in the bunk right now. I'm not about to fight with this damn zipper because it's a pain in the ass while I'm driving. But I have a multi-tool that has a set of pliers on it. With the pliers opened up, it's not but maybe that long, so you ain't got no leverage with it. So, I don't know how, I guess it's the adrenaline, but whenever I put these batteries on this truck, because I changed the batteries myself last winter, I put them things on pretty tight. How I broke it loose with a pair of pliers off a multi-tool, I don't know. So, I break loose the connection for the main ground lead on the batteries, take it off, and I hear it stop arcing. I was like, great, that's what it was. And Bruce says, safety man says, you can go to that truck right there, that one has one. And it's about a 70-yard dash from where I'm parked at to that truck. I take off running like a crackhead for this damn truck. I grab the fire extinguisher out, and I take off running from my truck to this truck, get the fire extinguisher, back to my truck in about 25 seconds. I was rolling. So I throw this third fire extinguisher at it. Thank God it put it out. Like, and then, you know, after the fire was put out and I realized how bad it could have been, my nerves got the best of me, which whenever my nerves get bad, my stomach gets all messed up. I puke my damn guts up. Safety man looks at me, he says, "You alright?" "I'll be alright, just bear with me. I'll be alright in a minute." So now I'm dealing with insurance yet again for the I don't know how many times now in 2 months to get Voodoo fixed from the fire she had. So it has been interesting dealing with that. I don't wish that on my worst enemy, having to deal with a truck fire. And I'm, like I said, I'm praising God because I'm still here to tell the story. My truck is not a pile of rust sitting in the parking lot of our yard right now. Had I been driving in the daytime, I'd have never noticed till it was too far gone. She'd have burnt to the ground. Had I not had to go to the yard to get another trailer, she'd have burnt to the ground. Because driving down the road, you'd have never noticed until you start to smell something, and then by the time you pull over, it's too far gone. But, you know, even as much shit has been happening to me lately, I'm still cracking jokes. Like, after it was all said and done, before I even got in this loaner truck, because I got in this loaner truck that same night, I got back on the group call once the fire was put out, and I told my friends, I was like, yeah, sorry about my abrupt exit. I had to put out my truck because she was on fire. And they were all, and then while I was in the process of fighting this damn fire, they're blowing up my phone. Because all they heard me say was, "Shit, fuck, fire." And I hung up. So they didn't know what was going on. All they heard was fire. And then they were like, "Dude, you alright? Is your truck good?" I was like, "Well, I don't know about the truck. It seems to be alright. It's going to need some work." Because it was electrical fire. I'm fine. My nerves are shot. But I have a souvenir now. And they were kind of confused for a second. I just had a shit-eating grin on my face, because at this point we're all on video chat. I just had a shit-eating grin on my face, and I held this up. And every one of them bastards just started rolling. Because they know what it was. This is the pull ring from the first fire extinguisher I threw in my truck. I'm going to frame this bitch at my house, and I'm going to get some decals cut out for it. My first truck fire. You got to crack jokes every now and then. So that happened Monday night. I got in this truck Monday night. Ran another load with it. Parked it. And then started it up the next day, and I had check engine light, which was not just a regular mill light, but this is the check engine light that had a wrench through it. Keep in mind, this is a Kenworth, so it's got two different check engine lights, just as most trucks do. This is a 2014 Kenworth T660, which I am not a fan of, by the way, because this thing is not made for tall people. I am cramped as shit in the driver's seat, with the driver's seat all the way down. So, and the coolant light was flashing, which I did my pre-trip on it. The coolant jug, the reservoir, was full to the top, which as soon as I saw that light, I knew it was essential. So I called the shop foreman and I said, "Hey, on this truck that I'm in now, this loaner, my coolant light is flashing, which the jug is full, and I have this check engine light on." He said, "Oh, just come to the yard, we'll hook the computer to it, I'll get some parts ordered, yada, yada, yada." So I lost a whole day with that, because he had to order the parts. It didn't come in till like the next day at noon or whatever. Or I told him the coolant light was on whenever I got in the truck, and I let him know about that then. And then the check engine light, and I was already at the yard. He was like, "Yeah, just we'll hook the computer to it whenever we can. Just hunker down over here." Okay. So the check engine light had something to do with the DEF system. He forced the regen on it, cleared the codes, whatever. It's still, knock on wood, it's still doing good. I can't say knock on my fake wooden steering wheel because I'm not Voodoo and this thing don't have a fake wooden steering wheel. So he forced the regen on it, That cleared the engine code. Still got the coolant light. And I know from experience, working on the coolant system when the motor is hot, there's no point in it. I don't like it. It's no fun. I don't want somebody else to do it. So I'm not going to go run no loads today because the part's going to be here at noon or a little after noon. So I'm going to try to catch me a series of cat naps while we wait on the parts. So we get the parts in, change the coolant reservoir, which the sensor is built into the reservoir. I don't know why I'm still holding this. But change the reservoir out, and that cleared all the lights in the dash. And me and this truck have been running since Tuesday night / Wednesday morning, because I didn't get rolling until late because, again, series of cat naps. I need to get a little bit of sleep while I'm running the night shift. And like I said, since I started running with this truck, I've just been balls to the wall, trying to do as much as I can to recoup some revenue, because I'm having a $1,000 deductible I'm gonna have to pay for Voodoo. Then gonna have to pay for a tow to get her down to a mechanic shop once the adjuster comes and looks at her on next Monday. And then gonna figure out what shop I'm gonna bring her to, and then schedule the repairs and get the tow and all that fun jazz. See, like I said, when my nerves start getting bad, my stomach gets messed up, acid reflux goes absolutely through the roof. Just talking about this is getting my nerves bad. So, yeah, it's fun times. I'm going to keep y'all updated on this. Thank y'all for watching. Drive safe. Try not to catch on fire.